I can't do this on my own. I'm no Superman.
That you definitely aren't Superman, Matt, in real life. um, hey, welcome to another episode of Late Night. We may be joined by other people throughout the night, but for now, it's just me and Matt. Matt, how are you going?
Pretty good. It's Friday, which is great because it's the weekend now. Because my job still sucks. Um, yeah, and if you couldn't tell, I've been watching Scrubs before I got on here, which is why I have that song stuck in my head.
But anyway, kick into this. We are talking about the Middle Earth franchise today. But until we're not going to kick off with the main topic because that will be weird to kick off the main topic. We've got movie news to talk about first. And we got another trailer this week for Bill and Ted Face the Music. Matt, any thoughts on this trailer?
Sorry. Excellent. I'm sorry. I thought it was for a first trailer. I thought it was really good. It was very short, so obviously it gave you just the very base level of the story. I like the fact that it's keeping in universe with the first movie. Given the fact that Bill and Ted were supposed to write this. Spoilers, I guess, for Bill and Ted. They go into the future and they had written this song that was like this, it united the world and everything. I like the fact that now, like, that probably should have happened already, and so it looks like it'll be fun. Of course, as a fan of like 80s movies, Bill and Ted's, it's very silly and stupid, but it's fun. The second one is also, I don't like the second one as much as other people do, but it's fun for what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing this one.
Yeah, this is one that I didn't know what to expect because I do love the first couple of Bill and Ted movies, but with a lot of the movies which have had a sequel come out 20 plus years later, it's always one of those ones like, will it actually work? Well, does Keanu and Alex still have that magic? And this trailer showed that they definitely do still have that magic. It's much older magic now, but they've still got it.
And they both look incredibly good for their age.
I mean,
we already know Keanu Reeves is like drinking from the same fountain of youth that Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are, but still, I was like, wow, all right.
Not to mention Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd's drinking
from that too. Paul Rudd. Yeah, but all of them, it's just like this weird. They all have access to it. They're keeping very quiet.
Exactly, but yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I think it's slated for August. I can't remember.
I don't even care about slatings anymore. It's pointless.
I mean, it's looking like end of July is when things are going to start, like movies are going to start coming out again. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we do have some movie news on about. I'll probably I'll go through these sort of one by one because we've got time, and there's not really a lot of news anyway. So the first on the news is Disney is developing a musical based on Lionel Richie's music. I don't know if you're a fan of his music, Matt, but what do you think of Lionel Richie musical?
Let me I feel like an idiot right now. Let me look up Lionel Richie songs. Oh yeah, he's I see. I thought that's who it was, and yet I still had to search up. Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time they've done something like this. I feel like they're probably going to do like Beautiful, the Carole King musical, to where it's like sort of following Lionel unless maybe they're doing like a Mamma Mia style thing in which it's using his music. I would prefer, if you're choosing Lionel Richie, to do the Carole King beautiful way of tracking through the years with songs and sort of how he progressed. It seems cool. It definitely his songs are from a they're for a very specific genre, for a very specific audience, but for that audience that loves it, yeah, I think it depends on how good the actor they get to star in it is, and then of course with all these things, how good the covers are. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, from what the way I kind of read into it, I think it's the Mamma Mia approach that it's using his music, but in saying that, I do want to see a Lionel Richie biopic in the style of Rocket Band. That's the different.
Yeah, you know what? I chose a Broadway musical instead of legitimately last year if it was a fucking film released like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about that Broadway musical because I'm
Supergirl was in it. Melissa Benoist, she played Carole King in Beautiful on Broadway.
Yeah, as I said, I didn't even know that it existed because they haven't made a movie based on that musical. But
Malcolm hates Broadway. Just wanted everyone to know that.
I just haven't had a chance to be to Broadway. But anyway, the next bit of news that we had. But Gav, in relation to Bill and Ted, Gav actually thinks that the daughters will have a pivotal role in that too, which I would be surprised if that is. But next on the news is probably going to be unsurprising in relation to what's happening in the world at the moment. But they've cancelled the TV show Cops finally after 31 years. I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you, Matt?
I didn't even know it was still on air. I never watched it. I knew of it. I never really watched it. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. But, I mean, the next up, we've got a few biopics. Thomasin McKenzie is going to be playing a ballet dancer. I think I didn't actually write that bit down, but she's playing as a biopic called Joyka that's coming out, and Thomasin McKenzie's starring in it. But we're also getting a biopic based on Doug Williams, who's the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Any thoughts on either of those?
They're of people I don't know, so the movies are how I'll learn about them if I choose to see them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as like Thomasin McKenzie is great. Jojo Rabbit and is a great New Zealand actress. So the fact she's getting more movies is good.
Fucking motherfucker. I don't sit here and go, oh man, Paul Rudd's such a great American actor. You have to slip it in there. Like now, I don't believe if you really like her. I think it's just because it's another New Zealander.
Maybe. Yeah. You'll never know.
Mm-hmm. I kind of know.
Something that I actually didn't know what was happening, but I'm interested in it because I've heard people talk so much about this musical. But there's actually a Dear Evan Hansen movie in the works, and Caitlin Dever from Booksmart is actually in talks to be in this musical. Any thoughts on this, Matt?
I know of the musical. The most interaction I've had with it was a couple of years now ago. They the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. They always have like whatever new Broadway musicals. They always have a performance or two. I believe there was Dear Evan Hansen one. If it's a musical, I could be out of my mind and just be mistaken with something else. And then it's just been radio ads on the station I listen to. So yeah, I think people like Caitlin Dever. She's a really great actress. I've liked her ever since she was on Last Man Standing,
Yeah.
because I like that show because I like Tim Mountain. So yeah, she was great in Booksmart, of course. So yeah, if she's in it, that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like this is one that I can't wait to finally see it when this movie gets made. I've heard so much about this musical, and people saying that I should check it out if I ever get to go to Broadway. But yeah, but it sounds fun. And then lastly, this kind of broke today, but the Ultimate Game of Chicken, which is Warner Brothers and Tenet, and July 17. Tenet is being moved, but not
That
by
was
much.
not the news story I thought you were talking about.
Tenet is being sort of bumped to the end of July for its release, but apparently they are going to be doing re-releasing Inception on the 17th in honor of its 10-year anniversary.
What? Hell yeah!
And also because they are moving Wonder Woman 84 to October, which isn't surprising because they wouldn't want two big movies really close together. Any thoughts on this, Matt?
Yeah. Fuck, Tenet looks fine. I don't care. Inception, which is one of my favorite movies, is getting re-released in theaters, and it's a Friday, so I can actually go and see it. Because I don't really see a lot of new movies. I just see old movies. Fathom is still doing the re-release of Braveheart, which they had to push back because of this. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy. I'll be there with my mask on. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, Tenet moving, it doesn't surprise me too much. Because as they said, like they just want to be a little bit cautious, then have people watch out because theaters are slowly starting to open back up in the States, I believe.
Slowly open up. My office, we just got an email yesterday that we've been remote working since the middle of April. We're going back on July 6th. So July seems to be when the world is starting to like reopen. So it makes sense to just kind of push it back a couple weeks, let people get used to kind of, working back in their office and kind of being more out than before. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's one of those ones like, well, each country may be opening up in their own way. I think until COVID is eliminated or until there's some kind of vaccine out there, I think the borders are going to stay closed for every country, so people aren't traveling in and out. Because I know over here, like, we're officially sort of COVID-free at the moment, but our borders are staying closed to keep it that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange times that, God just take things one step at a time.
Yeah. But what was the news story you were referring to?
The news story I was referring to is not a very happy one. It's that famous DC Comics writer, Denny O'Neil, passed away today or yesterday. It was released today. Denny O'Neil wrote for the title during the 80s. He did all the adaptions of all of the movies, 89 to Batman and Robin. He was a very big part of sort of really defining like Batman and the Joker. I have the picture. I was lucky to meet him. This was back in 2014. My comic book store, actually, for the 25th anniversary of Batman 89, they did a screening and Denny O'Neil was there. He was a very nice guy. I don't have my comic out, but I have my Batman 89 graphic novel signed by him. He was a very big proponent of the comic book universe and of DC in general. He, if I'm not mistaken, he wrote the very famous pairing up between Green Lantern, Green Arrow, which, of course, one of those issues in that team up is very famous because it was those comics were dealing with a lot of like heavy themes, and one of them was that Speedy, Green Arrow's sidekick, that's the famous when they find out that he's been doing heroin or speed. I forgot what it was. So he's a very big DC comic writer, and it's very sad to have him passing, but he will leave a legacy behind of his writing. I mean, he created Ra's al Ghul, like that right there.
Yeah.
Can't be overlooked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is one that I actually missed. I mean, I don't really have much to say on this because I really don't have no idea who it is, to be honest. I mean, it's sad he's gone, and like all up to the family. This just doesn't affect me that much, just because I never really knew who this was. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's sad when anyone dies. I mean that's anything, but yeah. But there was a big reveal that did happen this week that I kind of want to touch on too, because I know, Matt, you are kind of a gamer. You do like your video games a little bit, but Sony revealed the PlayStation 5 this past week, but which it looks interesting.
I have a Switch, and that's about it for new consoles. So I won't be getting a PS5. I don't care.
Yeah, it's all good, but I mean, I'm about to share the screen. That's pretty much what it looks like there.
Okay.
Which looks interesting. And they've got a bit like they'd also announced a few games, like the sequel to the Marvel Spider-Man game is going to be set on Miles Morales.
Well, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, Into the Spider-Verse was so successful, and also I never played the PS4 version, so I don't know if Miles Morales was even in it. But it's cool to just sort of expand and just there's a lot of Spider-Man out there, and it does make sense to sort of backing off of the success of that of that movie to have Miles be the main character. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can say like. And Miles spoilers, but Miles was in the game, and like throughout the game is like it was all, he does actually get his spider powers near the end. So yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, whether or not this is a true sequel or it's a spin-off that they chose to go on, and then we're going to get a Spider-Man 2, which is about Peter Parker, which whatever way it's going, it's going. I have faith that it's going to be good regardless.
Yeah.
But that's why I chose to talk about the PS5 reveal in the middle of in between, but. Yeah, it's time to move on. The main reason we're here, which is to talk about the Middle-earth movies in general. But Matt, sort of, how did you sort of first come across the Middle-earth movies?
I first came across them because when I was younger, I read the Hobbit book. I thought it was pretty cool, and then I sort of had. Those movies were very successful, of course, growing up in the 2000s. I'd seen bits and pieces of them on TV, I watched them late middle school, early high school, and just said no. These didn't really do anything for me. They were fine movies. Then I went years and years, and then what was it, last year? Last year or the year before? I think it was last year. I decided to sit down and watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy again. And it was either just time or going through college and learning more about filmmaking. I appreciate the films a lot more, and I really do enjoy that trilogy now. I still haven't watched any of the Hobbits because I still like that book, and I just have no discernible clue how that book was 3 movies. But regardless, it was. I just haven't gotten around to it because most people tell me they're not great, and they haven't been on any streaming services. So maybe I'll see them one day. I don't know. My library is opening up again, so I guess I can rent them. But it's just I don't have time to really devote to watching those movies. If I'm going to spend that time, it's either want to be movies I really want to see, or I'll just watch movies like Two Towers again that I know I like. If I'm going to invest 2.5 hours of my time.
I mean, don't listen to those people. The Hobbit movies are good. But yeah, I mean, with me, the movies were filmed in New Zealand, which that's
Why the fuck do you have to mention that? Just tell us how you like. This is my impression of Malcolm. Everybody. So, New Zealand. Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi, Peter Jackson, New Zealand. That's Malcolm, guys. What if I started doing that with America? What if I talked about every movie that's filmed in New York and I made sure to mention it was filmed in New York? How would you like that, Malcolm? Were you in the movies? No, I don't think so. So it doesn't matter that they were filmed in your country. Yeah.
I mean, I was in the movie. I cameoed in them. I directed them.
Who is he in the movie? Is he makes a cameo? I assume. Who is Peter Jackson? What are his cameo or cameos?
In the first one, he's eating a carrot and brie when they're going into the Prancing Pony.
Uh-huh.
He gets killed off in Return of the King.
He's not like Jon Favreau, where Jon Favreau makes himself a big character, but he is one of those who, because I know in Frighteners he's the kind of drunk guy who Michael J. Fox bumps into, and he has the Grim Reaper shirt on, so he does put himself into his movies. But I'm sorry to have interrupted you, Malcolm. Go back to telling us about the New Zealand films that were filmed in New Zealand.
But anyway, where I was going with what I was about to say is I didn't really know I didn't really know that they were being making a movie of Lord of the Rings until I saw sign up a post of people looking for extras for the movies, and but sadly I didn't become an extra.
Did you try to get it?
Yeah.
What was that process like? I'm just wondering. What was the process like?
You just seem to let it in and wait to hear back with headshots and stuff. So,
do you have a rejection letter from them, or did you just never hear from them?
I just never heard from them.
Can we imagine? Like, let's just other universe this, like, Community. Let's just imagine the world we live in where Malcolm was an extra in one of the Lord of the Rings movies. Oh man, just imagine how different things would be. Oh man, that'd be really cool, though, man. I never know what that stuff is like, because you hear those stories about like people who live in towns where they're filming these things, and it's like no one filmed shit on Long Island, or if they do, I don't know. But actually, Tina Fey and Paul Rudd filmed a movie at my college. but I wasn't going to college there at that time.
Yeah,
If your ass was
and
snuck onto set though. If I was going to college at that time.
but in this day and age, it's one of those. In this day and age, it's one of those ones like it's so much easier. It comes to finding out about stuff being filmed because it gets announced online very quickly.
Yeah.
Because when these were being filmed, like it's pre-Facebook being around, and all we had was
the internet was barely a thing. Because the first one came out in 2001, correct? They were filming this in 99, 2000. So, like, the internet was, like, barely... MySpace wasn't even a thing. Believe me, Malcolm, I should know. I remember. I was about 2, 3 when these films were being made. All right? I feel like I remember this very clearly.
But yeah, it's well, it's. But yeah, but I don't know where to go.
Malcolm, it's your show. Where is this topic going?
But anyway, Matt, what is like some of your favorite moments in the trilogies and in the trilogy?
The Battle of Helm's Deep is awesome. It's very epic. It's a really great sort of like thing of they just have to survive until sunlight, and it's just like hell all night. Yeah, it's great. And then of course when the sun does come and they're all riding out of the cave, and then Gandalf is there. It's pretty badass. Speaking of Gandalf, when he goes in and he's wearing Gandalf the Grey robes, and then it's like, you have no place here. He pulls off the robes, and it's just like this angelic white light. It's pretty sweet. Other cool moments. There are a lot of them. I mean, my favorite moment is probably Boromir's death. He's my favorite character in the trilogy. It's just a really well done sequence showing how much of a hero he was. Yeah, I would say those are some of my favorite moments.
Yeah, for me, the Richard Castle Doom sequence with Gandalf and the Balrog is one of my favorite ones. The whole fight for the ring and Return of the King, where Gollum, Sam, and Frodo are all sort of dead, and Gollum making the sacrifice at the end.
My precious, I win. Oh shit, I'm dead. Never mind.
That sounded like a cross between Gollum and a gremlin and Dobby all combined.
Where was your impression, Malcolm? I'd love to hear it.
My precious.
That sounds like an old grandma.
That is that's my impression of an old grandma doing a Gollum impression. Ha!
I also didn't prep for that. I literally just did it spur of the moment.
But anyway, like anything with Gollum is really good. And I actually do like the whole Council of Elrond scene as well. Just like showing
one does not simply walk into Mordor.
Yeah. And fun fact that I actually found out due to the Reunited Apart.
I didn't watch it yet, but continue. Spoiling it.
I was only going to bring up this one because but Taika Waititi cameoed in the Reunited Apart thing and gave the cast a quiz based on some facts that he had found about the movies. And Legolas only says one line to Frodo in the entire 3 movies.
Well, it's not actually that weird because they're not together at all during Two Towers and Return of the King until the very, very end. And then when they are together, it's first with the council and then it's with the fellowship. So it's not like they really ever had any moments where it was just the two of them. So that's actually not that weird. I mean, it is interesting, but it's not that shocking.
Well, yeah, it's one of those ones because I was joking about this with my brother when I found this out. It's like, so that means like as soon as they sort of got together fellowships, like Legolas pledges that he'll have Frodo's back, but then for the rest of the fellowship,
my bow.
While everyone is together, it's like, I'm just too good to talk to you. It's like I'm not going to bother. It's like,
I'm Orlando Bloom. Get on my level. Did you ever hear the story he told on Graham Norton about being in the grocery store after Fellowship came out?
No.
Yeah, so he tells the story on Graham Norton, and he said it was after Fellowship came out. He was just like in like the grocery store, just like, you know, he said he was like looking at pasta and said this woman came up to him and whispered in his ear, "Are you my elf?" And he was like, "What? No, I'm just buying pasta."
But yeah, yeah, it's the Hobbit. I mean, even like in the Hobbit movies, and I know Matt hasn't seen this, so it's probably going to be me rambling on
I've seen
about them.
clips and things of it, but I don't know like the whole plots. I know Luke Evans is in it. I've seen the scene when he kills Smaug, which was a pretty cool scene. But I was like, I feel like the rest of the movie cannot measure up to this scene. Because it was pretty cool when he runs out of arrows and he puts the fangs on his son's shoulder. It's just like, stay still. That was pretty sweet, though.
But yeah, like the Hobbit movies are great. Like, it's like for me, I really love the scene where all the dwarves come to Bilbo's house and just the interaction that they have with Bilbo when he's trying to tell him that there's no meeting happening here. There's really no reason for you to be here. Just, but Martin Freeman is great in these movies, and
Martin Freeman is pretty cool. I like Martin Freeman quite a lot.
But yeah, it's one of those ones that, and this is like, yeah, the Middle Earth movies is one of those ones that is really going to be hard to remake and all that.
I'm sorry, wait, remake?
Remake or do a new adaptation of. It's going to be really hard to capture the same magic that they did.
Oh, I thought you were saying like that's a thing that's happening. I'm like, ooh, damn, that's kind of fast.
Well, I mean, there is the TV series that is being filmed now of Lord of the Rings.
Right, for Amazon.
But in saying that, it depends on sort of what they're planning on it, whether it's going to be all new characters in the same sort of world or time frame of Lord of the Rings. They're just calling it Lord of the Rings for recognizable, recognizability, whatever word it is I'm trying to think
recognition?
Of. Yes, that's probably the better one.
I know the word you're thinking of, and I can't think of it either. Marketability. Let's just go with that shit. It's marketability. Yeah. Slap Lord of the Rings on it, you could sell shit to a board if we share Lord of the Rings on it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a shit ultimately. I like the trilogy, and that's that's kind of all I need. I don't know, depending on the trailer, I might watch this, might not. But yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings, again, I can only speak on the trilogy, not on the Hobbit movies. It's very much like the original trilogy. Can it be remade? Sure. Should it? No, because do they have faults? Yeah, but it's also just like they're also kind of so perfect already, and the casting is already so good, and it's just like don't you don't need to do it. And I really hope Hollywood remembers that as the years go on, and like you and me die off and Hollywood's still around, that they don't go, gotta remake Lord of the Rings. Like, just like keep it as is and just kind of, just let it be. Because that's just the issue with Hollywood. The issue with Hollywood is that's why they remake all these things. Who was it? Doug Walker, Nostalgia Critic. I forget the name of the editorial he did, but he did a great video talking about remakes. And the way he explained it was he had this one movie, this Kirsten Dunst film, like an indie movie. He explained the whole plot. It was really interesting. And they just said, and then there's Smurfs. And he said, no matter how well I describe that movie, you have an immediate reaction to that. Because you either watch the show as a kid or something. It's just like, that's just how they work. And they just need to learn to leave shit alone. Now, if the Amazon series is just set in Middle Earth and it's with new characters, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure when. I would assume it would be pre-Fellowship. Because if you do it during, because you can't really, what the hell is there to do after Return of the King? And if you do it, I mean, I guess if you try to do it during, it might be a little bit too weird. So I would assume it's probably going to be set sometime in between the end of Battle of the Five Armies and Fellowship, of which, as far as I know, there's like a good span of time between that. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
It is. But it's one of those ones that for working on something that it's going to be fun. Which
I was trying to figure out why you were just like, you know what, Malcolm? Don't worry. I got you covered. Okay, while you're working on your thing, for all of our viewing audience here, I shall read Patriot Games. Chapter 1. A sunny day in London town. Ryan was nearly killed twice in half an hour. He left the taxi a few blocks short of his destination.
But anyway,
it was a fine, clear day.
But anyway, and that I got a video just making sure that one of the components was
Malcolm, if this is the character selection thing, it's not going to work with just two people. Don't you know?
It's not.
Because we all know Boromir would win. We all know. Who's your favorite character? I don't think I've ever asked you that in all this time.
My favorite character is Gandalf.
See, I was going to say Gandalf. You seem like a Gandalf kind of guy, which is cool.
Yeah.
My favorite character, it's Boromir, but if we have to choose the overall trilogy, it's Aragorn. But Boromir and Aragorn, they're both there. And yet, for some reason, Two Towers is my favorite. Isn't that odd? Don't you think being such a Boromir guy, Fellowship would be my favorite?
But yeah. But regardless,
regardless of Matt's talking points.
Well, I mean,
fine. It's okay, Malcolm.
What I was about to say is we've done something like this before, Matt. Just as a random thing, but
all right.
This is I've got a reel with a whole bunch of actors, and I've put down a bunch of characters from Lord of the Rings and talking about recasting. We're going to see what would happen if we randomly recast. Basically, what happens is I'm going to spin this wheel, and for whatever character we start off with, which I've put the characters down in a random order, so it's not in any order. I'll announce each character before we go into it anyway, but and then we're going to see what kind of random cast of Lord of the Rings we can get. Basically, I will spin first, and then I'll spin for Matt, and then what will happen is we'll both have two very different casts.
Okay, should I be writing down my cast?
I'll keep track of it.
Okay, cool.
There's a couple of names I'm adding. I just can't remember for there, so they may end up being their double.
Oh, well, while you're setting up, should I continue? Where was I? Just give me 1 second here. So many pages. It was a fine, clear day, the sun already low in the blue sky. Ryan had been sitting for hours in a series of straight, black wooden chairs, and he wanted to walk a bit to work the kinks out. Traffic was relatively light on the streets and sidewalks. That surprised him. But he looked forward.
This time, I'm ready.
We'll continue that. All right. Oh, I'm.
There we are. This is my Samwise Gamgee.
Okay.
Tom Hanks.
Okay.
I mean, funny enough, I could kind of see that. Like he's a likable guy. And
yeah, I could see it. And this is my Samwise Gamgee.
This is
Matt Damon. Okay. He's more of a Legolas, but okay.
Next up, we've got Aragorn.
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh fuck, man! He's gonna spend years in the forest prepping to be a ranger for that role.
Well, funnily enough, like some research I've been doing for this, Daniel Day-Lewis was actually in talks to be Aragorn in the movies.
I mean, Last of the Mohicans. It's not that far off of a movie he could have done around that time.
And this is your Aragorn, Will Smith.
Oh, fuck yeah. Whoa! We gonna go fight Saruman! Whoa!
Next up, we've got Boromir.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure I've got, you might get the same person, but
Sean B.
It's going to be a female Boromir's
going to do a lot of screaming. I liked his Ridley, by the way. Just fuck Last Jedi. Sorry.
And this is Matt Aragorn.
No, Boromir.
Gillian Jacobs from Community.
As Boromir?
Both going female Boromirs.
I like Gillian Jacobs, but fuck that casting.
But next up, we've got Legolas.
She is a Pippin at best.
My Legolas is going to be The Rock.
Holy shit. He's going to have a gigantic bow. I want to see him with that wig.
And Bulmo is going to be your Legolas.
I'm totally okay with that. Oh, he's going to be a wisecracker, ain't he? Oh, man. Mine is Gillian Jacobs is my favorite character. I like my cast so far.
And the person who's going to have a competition with Legolas, we've got on to Gimli.
Gimli, son of Dorne.
Danny Pudi from Community is going to be my Gimli.
It's certainly a casting there. With The Rock as Legolas. All right, who's paired up with Bill Murray? Let's see, and
Stallone.
No, you have my ex. No, that. I kind of
Actual
like
country
again.
one.
Mine's Jillian Jacobs. I like my cast so far. I would watch the. You know, remember all that shit I said about like recap? Fuck this. This is a better cast than the real one.
On to Mary.
Okay, I can never remember which one is which. Which one's Mary and which one does the singing when the battle's happening?
That's Mary. That's Billy Boyd.
Okay.
John
Yeah,
Krasinski is going to be my.
he's gonna be doing some push-ups in your version. Be a little ripped.
And this is Matt's. Ben Kingsley.
He's gonna be a very dignified drug doer.
And on to Pippin.
Pippin, whom I believe Kristen Smith said if I was someone in Lord of the Rings, I would be Pippin. I believe she said that. Or Mary. I don't know.
Billie Eilish is going to be my Pippin.
Let me just see this. Give me 1 second here. Or she might have said Mary. I got no clue. Who's this? Oh, no. I think, yeah, she said I was a Mary. Okay. I don't know. I know the one she said was the one who was in Rise of Skywalker. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And this is my Pippin?
Florence Pugh is going to be your Pippin.
Okay. That's going to be a very interesting pairing.
On to Gandalf.
Ooh. Gandalf the Grey. A wizard is never early.
Edward Norton is mine.
That's interesting. Oh man, I can't wait to see what mine is. Oh man,
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson. Kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see his attempt.
Now, if throwing in Gimli's father.
Okay, Gimli's father. I don't remember him from the movies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh man, look at me, Gimli! I am your father.
I mean, the thing that makes it funnier is Arnie's going to be giving birth to a Daddy Pooty Gimli.
He's going to be giving, like, he gives birth, or you're saying like he's the father of?
It's the father.
Okay, because I'm like, he's already done that in Junior, so he's prepped to give birth.
But the father of Sylvester Stallone's Gimli is going to be...
Oh man, Arnold, that would have been so funny. Oh,
Scarjo.
Okay, you know what? Fuck that casting. Okay, Scarjo is Stallone's father? Get the fuck out of here. It's the first time that a son would beat the Oh, you know what? Never mind. I rescind that before I complete that sentence. But no, Scarjo, you're great. You ain't Stallone.
On to Frodo. Bonnie Wright.
It's going to be a very pleasant and nice. Oh. Man.
But your Frodo, Matt, is going to be... I had Arnold there twice for some reason.
No, you shut up. That is my Frodo. I don't care who else is here. That is my Frodo. Nope, Arnold. It hit Arnold first. Arnold is my Frodo. Nolan North, get the fuck out of here. I will take the ring tomorrow. I should carry it.
I will allow it because I had Arnie on the wheel twice for some reason.
That's great.
Which means Nolan.
Get out, Nolan.
A famous video game voice actor. Which means Nolan North by proxy will become my Bilbo.
All right, there you go. You're Bilbo. That's fine for you. This is my father. And this is Bilbo.
Sasha Banks is gonna.
That weird fucking cast.
But on to Elrond.
Who?
Aaron's father.
Oh, okay.
Temuera Morrison was going to be
dude.
Elrond.
He'd actually be.
Oh, that's my Elrond anyway.
Dude, he'd be pretty cool. He's pretty good at that, honestly.
And Peter Jackson is going to be your Elrond. upgrading from a cameo to a main role.
It's a main character. Main secondary character.
Now, on to Arwen.
Okay, Arwen. I am no man.
Gerard Butler's going to be my Arwen.
Arwen's going to be fucking thirsty. He's fucking thirsty.
Matt's Arwen. I actually just rewatched Olympus and London Has Fallen this week.
Bruce Willis, interesting. Hey, those movies are great. I think the first movie is, along with Expendables, one of the best 80s throwback action movies. But Bruce Willis is Arwen. Who was my Aragorn again?
Your Aragorn is Will Smith.
They're gonna have some really beautiful friend zone scenes.
It's alright. For me, it's Gerard.
She winds up with Boromir's brother or with McCoy from the new Star Trek movies. I can't remember.
You're thinking of Arwen.
Oh, who?
Arwen ends up with Aragorn.
Oh wait, Liv Tyler. Oh my god,
Yes.
I like this casting even better now. Because this is the problem, that they have the two female characters both be A's. Can you just answer my question though with Awen? Who does she wind up with again? Is it Boromir's brother or
it's Arwen ends up with Carl Urban, McCoy from Star Trek.
Okay. I thought so. Okay. I thought so. Now that's just funny, man. See, you can't blame me. I have not seen these movies since I rewatched them. I've been meaning to rewatch Two Towers, but you can give me a pass, guys. Still, that casting's funny now. Oh man, I like that casting.
It's what it's funny. It's funnier for me because it's Gerard Butler and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, why is that funny?
I don't know. And Arwen does end up with Faramir.
Who is
and
this?
talking about Faramir, this is who we're casting.
Who's Faramir?
Faramir's brother.
Okay. I should have assumed with the mirror. Oh, you get Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Lucky. I don't know who you are. If you're looking for my brother, he was shot by orcs. But I do have skills.
Martin Scorsese is going to be your Faramir.
Okay, look. This is very serious. We're going to go and fight this battle because my father wants me to do it, even though we're pretty much just going to our deaths. But look, we're going to do it. It's going to be amazing. My eyebrows will not get in the way.
And actually, I've just realised something. Liam Neeson's Faramir is brother to Daisy Ridley's Boromir, both Star Wars actors.
Oh, okay. That's not as good as the connection of the Bruce Willis Liv Tyler thing, but I don't like your attempt there, Malcolm. I don't know why you went to Kermit there.
But next up, we've got Sauron.
Or the voice of... No, Sauron.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. The villains are both S's. Adam Driver. Wow. Saruman's going to be a bit of a bitch, I guess.
No, Sauron. This is not Saruman. Saruman.
No, this is the eye.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, point still stands. Saruman's going to be a bitch.
Phil Collins is going to be your
Okay,
voice of
and mine's,
Sauron.
he's going to be singing the whole time. Two worlds, one family. Oh no! I just want to listen to
Now on to Saruman.
Saruman.
Russell Crowe is going to be my Saruman.
It's not horrible, actually. Not horrible. Going up against Edward Norton's Gandalf. It's quite a fight.
Going up against Ron Atkinson, Tom Cruise is going to be your Saruman. Going up against Ron
This cast is getting better and better. Oh,
now we're on to Aaron.
Okay.
So ending up with Liam Neeson's Faramir for me is Angelina Jolie.
Okay. Okay.
Next up, we've got Tony Todd is going to be your Aaron.
Tony Todd.
The voice of Candyman.
Why the fuck did you put these random ass voice actors in here?
Because I wanted to make random ass movies.
All right, fair enough.
But the director of our masterpieces is going to be Sting is going to be directing mine.
Interesting. Interesting.
And your director is going to be Emily Blunt, taking lessons from John Krasinski.
Would have made a better AOM, but regardless, it's near here nor there. She'll still kick ass as a director.
I mean, just think that if I didn't have Tony Todd in here, chances are I might have ended up on Sting. So,
Never.
But I'm going to get rid of the wheel and do this. But that's going to be hard to see because why not?
You can't zoom in on it?
No. Well, I mean,
hold on. Hold on. Because I can take a picture on my phone. Yeah, just leave it like that for a second. If you go back a little bit. Oh, too much. Okay. All right, now just scroll down a little bit. Okay, keep going. You can go all the way. Okay. All right, I got all the lists, so I can read it off if you would like. Or you can read it off.
Yeah.
Okay. I took those pictures for no reason because this is all for the viewing audience, of which none of their asses can see it. It's fine. Oh, there we go. That's actually good. All right.
But yeah, my list is for Sam. I've got Tom Hanks. I've got Daniel Day-Lewis as my Aragorn. Daisy Ridley's going to be my Boromir. The Rock's going to be Legolas. Danny Purdy's going to be my Gimli. John Krasinski's going to be Merry. Billie Eilish is going to be Pippin. Ed Norton is going to be Gandalf. Arnie is going to be Gloin. Bonnie Wright is going to be Frodo. Nolan North is going to be Bilbo. Tim Morrison is going to be Elrond. Gerard Butler is going to be Aaron. Liam Neeson is going to be Faramir. Adam Driver is going to be Sauron. Russell Crowe is going to be Saruman. Aaron's going to be Angelina Jolie. And the director is going to be Sting.
Okay.
And for Matt Damon is going to be Sam. Will Smith is going to be Aragorn. Gillian Jacobs is going to be Boromir. Bill Murray is going to be Legolas. Sylvester Stallone is going to be Gimli. Ben Kingsley is going to be Merry. Florence Pugh is going to be Pippin. Rowan Atkinson is going to be Gandalf. ScarJo is going to be Gloin. it's taking advantage of my mistake. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be Frodo. Sasha Banks is going to be Bilbo. Al Warren is going to be Peter Jackson. Bruce Willis is going to be Arwen. Martin Scorsese is going to be Faramir. Phil Collins is going to be Sauron. Tom Cruise is going to be Saruman. Tony Khan's going to be Arwen, and Emily Blunt is going to be the director.
Oh man, I really want to Photoshop a poster of that cast. Send me a picture of that. Send me a screenshot of my cast, and I will probably this weekend Photoshop my version.
I will do that.
Oh man. Have you ever seen the Star Wars one, the Lords of the Ren? If you give me a second, I can find it. Sorry, just give me 1 second. It just reminded me of that, just like envisioning.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be one that. This is just a lot of fun. And it's one of those ones like we may not have talked a lot about the movies and had fun sort of recasting this, but when it's just the two of us, then there's only so much we can sort of do to talk about it
so much,
more.
Look, most of you guys watching, I assume you've seen these movies. We have sorry, I'm just trying to find this picture. I mean, we can keep talking about them. I mean, the Lord of the Rings movies, they were the first set of films that I ever really had to genuinely sit down and rewatch because I was a dick and I just didn't for so long. But I did, and now I like that trilogy. So for me, it's the ultimate. Just like give things a second chance. Let time go by, and then when you revisit them, you might find that you like them, or you might not, and that's okay too.
Yeah, I've just been rewatching them. I've still got to actually get around to rewatch Return of the King, but yeah, this is going to be it's one of those ones that I love the extended versions of the movies, and
I have only seen the theatrical ones. I've never seen the extended versions.
And it's one of those ones that it's interesting watching. So there's with Letterboxd Pro, you get to see what actors you've watched the most of in any given year.
I found it. It's very sweet.
But yeah, I was on Letterboxd Pro. You get to see sort of the actors you've watched the most of in any given year.
Yeah.
And I did a recent rewatch of Harry Potter earlier in the year, and for the longest time, in fact, it still kind of looks like that because I mean, you look at it as like I've rewatched Star Wars, MCU, and Harry Potter this year because it's what it comes out. So my current top 10 actors I've watched the most movies of this year, and number one is Samuel L. Jackson, followed by Robert Downey Jr. Warwick Davis is third, John Ratzenberger is fourth, Eugene Levy is fifth, Ed Harris is 6, Frank Oz is 7, Chris Evans is 8, Emma Watson is 9, and Jim Cummings is 10.
Now I don't have Letterboxd Pro, or else I would totally pull up my list. But I mean, how much is Letterboxd? Maybe is there a trial?
It's no, Letterboxd Pro's $20 a year.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. That'd be cool though to see why. Fun things like that. You see Frank's Letterboxd. We could have had a fun discussion, but now we can't.
Yeah. But
See, now
But
I
you-
really want to. It's $20. You said, just one flat fee.
$20 a year. But yeah.
What do you get with Letterbox Pro?
I mean, Letterbox Pro. It's up to you if you want to do it. But basically with Letterbox Pro, you get to see the stats of like the movies you've watched. It only counts if you actually log the movies too. Like if you go log them and go,
Oh yeah, I've
I
been
watched.
logging them. I've been logging my
Oh
movies.
yeah, but you basically you get to see stats and all that. Like it tells you the top movies that you've seen and stuff, and also where your movies come from. Like it can tell you if you've watched X number of movies from a certain country.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, Malcolm. I'm gonna try this just for this year, just because I honestly want to see this stuff. Because I'm trying to get better at using Letterbox. Just give me
Yeah.
1 second.
But yeah, it's just me at the moment. But for me, my all-time actors that have watched the most of, Samuel Jackson is number one again.
What is this for?
These are my actors that I've watched the most. Like out of all the movies that I've logged as watched on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson is number one. Adam Sandler is second. Tom Hanks is third. Jack Black is fourth. Will Ferrell is fifth. Seth Rogen is sixth. Robin Williams is seven. John Ratzenberger is eight. Paul Rudd is 9. Jonah Hill is 10.
Just give me one.
I mean, technically, Jonah Hill's tied with Will Smith, Bill Hader, and Cameron Diaz as well. So how did Bill Hader get up that far?
I don't watch Bill Hader movies. What is this?
Oh, no, I've watched a few. I don't remember Bill Hader being in Men in Black 3.
He might have just been like a random, like, one scene thing.
Maybe.
Just give me 1 sec.
Anyway, we've gotten to the point of the show where we randomly finding things to talk about.
Hey,
so I'm going to call this
account
here.
for the year, and then I can read off. And then, okay. All right, there we go.
Bill Hader played Andy Warhol in Men in Black 3.
Thanks, your pro. Oh, cool. Oh, this is so fun now. Now, how do I find this crap? Stats for 2020, right there.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? You piece of shit. All right. Where's I want. How do you find these things? There's so many things. Oh my god.
If you
all right. Here we go. Most watched.
Sure.
Okay, so this is stars. So these are my most watched stars for this year. All right. So I got Frank Oz, Harrison Ford, Anthony Daniels, Al Pacino, Mark Hamill, Ewan McGregor, Dennis Lawson. I did watch the Star Wars movies, so I guess Matt Damon, Tommy Lee Jones, Samuel L. Jackson, Val Kilmer, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams, Kenny Baker, Ian McDermott, Brad Pitt, Alec Guinness, James Earl Jones, William. Who the fuck is William Hootkins? Oh, he's Porkins. He's Porkins, and then he's also the CIA guy in Raiders, and then Michael Madsen. Okay, and then this is
I mean, the random thing is Al Pacino being up there with Star Wars peoples.
Yeah, because I've watched 3 films of his. I've watched Heat, Dick Tracy, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's pretty much mine for the longest time because I did the Harry Potter rewatch early in the year, so for the longest time it was a lot of my most watched stuff was all people from Harry Potter. Until I rewatched the MCU and Star
This is pretty
Wars.
fun. I'm gonna have quite a lot of fun with this. My most watched movie of the year is Batman Forever because I've watched it twice. No, this is gonna be cool. This is cool, man. This is really cool. Oh man, I'm gonna have fun with this until I forget it. I mean, it was $20. Honestly, it's next week. I'll have completely made it back, so it's not. That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad. Yeah. All right.
My most watched movie of this year is Matilda.
How many times did you watch Matilda?
I watched it 3 times this year. It's a bit of a funny story because I watched it early in the year, but then I watched it again. Does it tell me 3 times I watched it? Yes, I did. Then I watched it in March, thinking it's like, I haven't watched Matilda this year, so I watched it again. Then the next thing I know, I checked Letterboxd, like, you watched Matilda twice this year. It's like, Then I decided I wanted to rewatch it again recently.
Letterboxd. You know what? That's totally fine because I watched Free Willy, and then I really wanted to watch it again. So I've watched. Well, So you log, because I think I've been doing Letterboxd wrong. You log every time you watch a movie, even if you've already watched it this year. You log it again.
Yeah, I mean, I log it every time I watch it.
Okay. Because I have only been logging when I see. This is the thing, guys. Welcome to Matt Learns How to Letterbox Correctly. Because I usually only log it because I also keep a list for myself on Letterboxd of the movies that I'm watching this year, and you can only like add a movie once to a list. So I tend to just like log it once and then I put it on my list. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like there's no right or wrong way to Letterboxd. Like a lot of people,
is such a great creation.
Yeah, a lot of people choose to and yes, Stardrew, Letterboxd is a site that you can use to you do it to log movies and stuff, but it's one of those ones. There's no right or wrong. Like some people do it to write in-depth reviews on it.
I've written like 2 reviews on there. I don't care about that. I use it for the list, and it's really cool at the end of the year. If you've been logging stuff, they give you like stats. Like last year, my most watched actor was Tom Cruise. My most watched director was Steven Spielberg. Makes sense, given me BB.
Actually, who is my
most? I can find my most watched director now.
Yes.
Isn't this so much fun? Let's see. Stats for 2020.
My most watched director of all time is Spielberg.
My most watched director is James Mangold. And
is that of all time?
It says why the fuck? Oh, I think this is just for. Can you find all time or? I got 2020. Oh, here we go. All time. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. All time. I got it. Give me a second. I got all time. Okay. My most watched star of all time is Sylvester Stallone with 19 films. Holy shit! Warwick Davis is second with 15. He must appear in a lot of stuff. Tied for third place is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kurt Russell. All right, then we have Robbie Coltrane and Anthony Daniels are tied, and Robin Williams are tied with 11 films. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Samuel L. Jackson, and Tom Cruise are all tied with 10 films. Frank Oz, Alan Rickman, Ben Affleck, Harrison Ford are all tied with 9 films. William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, David Thewlis. Oh my god! And then it's just like it's Shatner, Nimoy, and then just David Thewlis, Tom Felton, Daniel Radcliffe, and Rupert Grint. My all-time most watched director is Spielberg, and then my number 2 most watched director of all time is Sylvester Stallone.
But yeah,
this is so much fun. Oh my god, this is so much fun.
This year, my most watched directors is all tied for 6. So David Yates, Sean Levy, and Peter Jackson all tied for most watched directors.
My most watched movies are Heat, Batman Forever, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Rocketeer, Dick Tracy, and Jerry Maguire, according to Letterboxd. But that's also because I really suck at at logging stuff. Sometimes I just give up halfway during the year.
Yeah, I mean, well, that speaks my all-time. Like that's probably not an accurate portrayal, just because is because I've only really started logging things sort of this year. But what I did because I was really bored one time, and I went back through my viewing history on Netflix and just logged everything that it says on my viewing history, and which it's one of those ones that that I found really interesting once that came out, because my most watched movies of all time. I mean, Matilda's still my most watched movie of all time, which is still free, but tied all on 2 is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Bean, The Flintstones, Fellowship of the Ring, Bachelorette, SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Toy Story 2, Us, Toy Story, Movie 43, and Shrek 2.
Oh, you know why Warwick Davis is second to Stallone? Is because he's got a part in like all of these Star Wars movies and then all the Harry Potter movies. That's why he's second. Stallone, though. Yeah. Boy.
Have you seen Double Team with Jean-Claude?
Of course I have. And Dennis Rodman. The movie is pretty silly, but it has one of the most kick-ass climaxes of all time. It's Mickey Rourke steals Van Damme's baby and takes him to a coliseum, sets up the coliseum with landmines, and has the landmines marked with crosses, and releases a tiger into the coliseum. And then Dennis Rodman comes in on a motorcycle, and at first it's a double team of Rodman and Van Damme fighting, and then Rodman like sort of moves the crosses around, and Mickey Rourke steps on one of the mines, and so they're all running out. The tiger's gonna maul Mickey Rourke, and then he steps his foot off, and then they hide behind a Coke machine with Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark, who plays the character in the movie, and they survive it. Yes, the movie's really stupid, but the ending is awesome. But yeah,
just out of curiosity, with Anthony Daniels, have you watched a non-Star Wars movie for a minute?
Just give me 1 second. Yes, I've also seen The Quest. I own it. It's a pretty good movie. It's not one of his best. Yeah, Star Drew, don't try me when it comes to what Van Damme films I have and haven't seen. All right. Yeah, let me just go to my let's see, Anthony Daniels. I'm going to assume it's all Star Wars movies, but let's just see how. Yeah, the 4 films that I've watched with him this year are Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, The Phantom Menace, and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Because I mean, you said he ended up in your all-time one at 11, and I'm just trying to think.
Oh, did I say he was my?
I think you did. I think you did say he was in, because I think you said he was tied with Bobby Coltrane.
Yeah. Let me see. Yes, he is. Let's see. The 11 films. It's It's all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
Who's in
thought
Solo.
there was a short. I'm pretty sure there's a short cameo of
Steve
C-3PO.
Tripio is not in Solo. Let me see. Anthony Daniels Solo.
Yeah, I mean that's why I asked because I was struggling to think of.
You may not recognize him out of the droid look. Daniel's name appears in the credits playing Take. I don't know who the fuck that is, but
It was a character that was enslaved alongside Chewbacca.
oh, all right. So there he is. Huh. Fascinating, but yeah, there. Robbie Coltrane. Robbie Coltrane. It's I guess it's the Harry Potter movies, and then the Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies, and then he's in National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet, but I watched
European Vacation.
I mean, I've found out. I rewatched Vegas Vacation, or at least I watched it thinking it was a rewatch and realized I'd actually never seen Vegas Vacation before for some reason.
That's the weakest of them all, but European Vacation is my favorite comedy of all time. And Robbie Coltrane is in one of my favorite scenes from that movie.
But anyway,
Archer's got a question. You pull it up there whilst I pull up a list I already have made. Because of course I have a top 10 Jean-Claude Van Damme list. Okay. Just give me 1 second to find it here. Just give me a second here. So many freaking lists. Did I do a Van Damme one? Oh, yes, of course I did. Okay, so starting off at number 10, we have The Expendables 2. Number 9, Lionheart. Number 8, Street Fighter the movie. Number 7, Death Warrant. Number 6, Hard Target. Number 5, Bloodsport. Number 4, Time Cop. Number 3, JCVD. Number 2, Kickboxer. Number 1, Sudden Death.
But anyway, we've reached the point where we literally have stopped.
The fact, if you didn't watch our action movie thing, Jean-Claude Van Damme is my favorite action star of all time. So I've watched a lot of movies with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. But
this
yeah,
was a weird fucking episode, but I really loved it, Malcolm.
I mean, I think that sums up a lot of late night episodes, to be honest. But yeah, this was fun. Like we talked about movies, we did a recasting, we talked about news, and it's one of those ones with two people.
Letterboxd, Malcolm convinced me to buy Pro for a year.
But yeah, next week's topic, I haven't decided completely what it's going to be. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe Community, considering Matt has finally watched everything. But I'll probably confirm that sort of later on. But tomorrow, Rankin is going to be here. We're doing movie trilogies, in which we've done before, but we're redoing for the 100th episode because it's what everyone wanted to see. And just like last time, we're probably going to get people hating me because of my criteria. But
Star Drift, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I have some pretty cool. Gene Wilder, Shia LaBeouf, and Joshua Jackson are my birthday buddies, which my birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday for yesterday, Matt.
Yeah.
But anyway, Matt, where can people find you online?
I'm sorry. You guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, although may not be on there as often as I used to be, just for reasons. But still, check me out there. Holy shit! I'm sorry, I'm not used to giving reasoning behind my Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube at MattMovies611 and also on WordPress. And you can find me right here as host of Second Look episode on Rocky 3, still in the works. It's coming together. It's I haven't finished the script yet. And once I finish the script, it's usually a pretty fast, not fast, of course, because holy crap, editing's not fun on those videos, but it's coming along, and there should be an announcement attached with that video. So yeah, that's all I got going on here.
And you can find me here on Take 3, hosting Late Night Take 3 every Friday. You can find me hosting Rankum every said day. Tomorrow we're doing movie trilogies. It should be pretty fun. And you can find me over on Full Metal, hosting Full Metal Classic and Full Metal Random. But until next week, we're not on Zoom, but we'll Zoom on out of here.
The hell was that?